It's fine. I'm gonna just ignore it. I've spent too long on it already. Okay. Anyway, let's get into the build today. So, this is what we had last time. Actually, this not that one. Let me get rid of the shaders. It's gonna be a little bit too bright on actually. Don't think I like that. Alright. So yeah, this is what we had last time. We have our little facade thingy going on. We're probably gonna have to make a different scaled version of Ginkgo, but yeah, it's a little bit too big for at least the size of the terrain I have right now. So, and I really like having the snow be helping to shape the terrain a little smoother, um, compared to this, basically the solid blocks. And yeah, it's a lot better, a lot smoother. So yeah, we're gonna use this one and not the old one we made last time. So we'll see how it goes in the end. But yeah, today I plan on making some flowers and some other fancy details, I guess, for like the trees and the foliage and stuff around here, and then we'll worry about sort of ginkgo and the background and such, I think. But yeah, so today we're gonna make some flowers and stuff and leaves, first and foremost. So we really just want to make a few spots that we can do. I guess here, let's do 3 little chunks there for that, and then let's do 3 more actually over here, so that we can do flowers and leaves. One of them will be flowers, one of them will be leaves. So leaves, definitely want something bright. That or oak, dark oak or oak. Probably not very different. Darker than either. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just use regular oak for now. And I just want to test out some stuff and see what I think. Honestly, that's not bad. I think we could just do like a bunch of sort of double long kind of leaves with this little like pointy end. Have it so that the pointy end goes up or down or something like that. Then we go up with this little technical. Okay with that? This. Alright, I don't know if that'll be too big or not, but honestly, I think that we can kind of rotate them 90 degrees that way on the X or Z axis instead of regular rotation. Right, I need to get rid of the glass on this one. Okay. Alright. Going in autopilot mode for them leaves. I love making me. I'm gonna go ahead and just make like a bunch of little offshoots and try to make a bunch of arc. Also down here. So I've been watching, or not been watching. I already completely rewatched, or not rewatched. Sorry. Just watched for the first time Star versus the Forces of Evil. Very very interesting actually. I didn't really know what to expect, honestly. I thought it was going to be more akin to like, Amphibia or like Avatar maybe. No, not Avatar. What's the other one? Gravity Falls, I guess would be like I was hoping, I guess it would be more akin to those, but it wasn't. I guess it wasn't really something that lived up to my expectations as much as I thought it would. It wasn't bad though. It was still very good watch, like, by all means, but it's not something that I like feel the need to go rewatch a bunch of times for sure. And honestly, that's probably mostly because I don't really remember a lot of middle school, and they really try to make it feel like Marco and them are older, more mature than just like a middle schooler or something, but they don't they don't ever really feel that way in my eyes. Like, never really feels like they come out of the middle school maturity, as it were. I think that's definitely something that put me off a little bit. Yeah, I don't have a lot of great memories with middle. But yeah, wasn't bad though. I mean, it just reminded me how much I hated middle school myself, and like it was just like, oh well, this is what an actual fun time in middle school would have been like. That's cool. But yeah, it's interesting. Very hard. Trying to remember like some of the bigger like plot lines of the Star versus the Forces of Evil, and I guess just because I can off the top of my head makes it not as good as some of the other shows that I praise so highly all the time. Gravity Falls and yeah, Amphibia, Gravity Falls. What's the other one that I Hilda. That one's really fun too. It's not on the level of those. It doesn't really, yeah, it doesn't quite live up to the level of those. It's close, but not quite. At least for me personally, and that's probably because of what I was saying before. Just mostly not having a great experience with middle in general. I think the leaves are mostly done. We can probably take these and we can rotate them and stuff, and then so let me go ahead and try to do that real quick. So we boom, boom, copy, rotate. 0. Let's just see. I don't know which way it's gonna. I don't know which way I'm facing. Yep, that's basically what we wanted. Okay, let me undo that. And I just saw that, like, putting the leaves in between each other, that's kind of interesting. Though, technically that would just be something I could do when I'm pasting them, so. Yeah, honestly, that's about enough. We already made 6 leaves. Okay, and now let's make some yellow flowers. Let me go back to the Photoshop here, and we can look at our inspiration picture. So, you didn't know this is what the main picture. I had other ones, like this is the original shot, and I think I'm going to use this for sort of making the background of this shot. Like, he's going to be doing this action instead of just standing there in the shot. I think that's a lot more interesting, and it makes more sense in the context of the scene, because these literally happen like seconds apart. This scene, and then it like cuts to this scene immediately after. It's very strange. It's like he walked forward and a snap of a finger. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to be making this mostly as the front part to kind of mask off Ginkgo. I guess the yellow flowers are the most important part to make next, because that's going to be sort of a very obvious thing to look at, so we need to make those look good. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Oops, actually I'm going to put this over. Let's see it. Not have it behind the Minecraft. Okay, so for the yellow flowers, I'm trying to think what I actually want to do. I think I want to just copy one of the more detailed flowers and just then go from there. Let me grab some bright yellows. Let's see. Concrete. Pretty yellow. I guess gold is also yellow, but I don't know if I want to use gold. It's a little too bright in my eyes. But maybe I could do like this in the center, and we go out, and then it becomes gold, or even gold, or I don't know. Or maybe honey block. Good. Might be a little too orange though. We could maybe use honey for the center part. Actually, that might look better. Yeah. That's a little bit too. There, we could maybe do. What is gold? Just trying to think here. We'll make a stack of this real quick, and we'll test some things out here. Alright, and do one where we just do like copying the trend there, and then we go sort of Put it on there. Okay. There we go. All right. Trying to make it look organic while also, you know, like symmetrical, which isn't really. Um, that in the center. I don't know. That's it's a little too big too. Actually, we need to think smaller here. Stay in our limits. For that, we can endings on the center parts. Those. Um. Hmm. I don't know. I don't hate it, but I also don't really like it. It's not really giving me the flower vibe that I'm honestly, I don't need the stress. Fine with me. Not about to regret that decision any means. Anyway, so we got the flowers, we got that. Now we need some branches, honestly. I kind of want to just try. I think we could just make some branches of our own. That'd be more interesting this time. Congrats on getting you. Yeah, thanks. I hope the same to you could be said as well. Congrats on finishing college and pursuing whatever you're gonna do with that. Yeah, it's always exciting stuff. Hey, I actually happen to be wearing the one shirt that I have from my old from UNM from college. It's ironic, but yeah, I just happen to be wearing the one shirt that I own that I happens to represent the college that I went to. So there you go. Yeah, I technically graduated back in 20 bachelor's. I'm going that slow. By the way, it's very, very slow. Get my master's. But I'm doing it. That's what counts, right? Anyway, yeah, so I'll make a grid for that in a bit, but first, yeah, we need to make some branches, and I think I'm just gonna go for it. We're gonna just make some branches from scratch today. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, you can see me make some smaller branches by hand from scratch. Boy, real deal, man. Deal. Alright, I'll stop. But yeah, I love me making. Thanks. But whatever you do as well. I would assume it has just something to do with video games, considering. But let's make the bottom of this a lot chunkier. Oh yeah, so I think it's been long enough now that I can talk about one of the things sort of in depth for Multiverse of Madness that I just genuinely still don't understand, and I really need one of the producers or something to explain the logic to me, because Black Bolt's death makes no sense. All right, it makes sense that he died. All right, I'll give you that. But all right, maybe I just don't know how his powers work. All right, maybe I'm totally ignorant of that. But just because you doesn't mean they can't make noise, right? Like it's still very loud when I'm doing that, right? It's still audible. It's not like it doesn't make a sound. So is it sound, or is it the fact that it is coming out of his mouth that makes it powerful? Because I mean, it explodes his brain. If he's literally screaming inside his mouth, should that not have exploded like everything around him? We literally see him, and here's the logic in that. We literally see him whisper. All right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a rant sort of, but we literally see him like whisper. He goes, "Sorry." I don't even know you could hear that. He literally just says, "I'm sorry," in the most quiet way possible, and it just fucking obliterates Doctor Strange into literally nothing. He turns into atoms from a whisper, all right? Doctor Strange turned into atoms in front of Black Bolt from a whisper, and then Black Bolt, with mouth shut, screams, literally screams, and all that happens is his head explodes. No, he should have evaporated the whole freaking facility around him, according to the power logic that they put forward from that whisper scene, you know? Is that, maybe that's just me, but it really did not feel like the logic of his death made any sense. And maybe, I don't know, maybe Wanda put some crazy spell in his mouth that made it so only his voice went up into his head. Like, but that doesn't make any sense. Why would she do that? She just covered his mouth. She just made it so he can't speak. She doesn't know what his power is like that. She's not that omnipotent. She doesn't know everything about everyone, you know? I don't know. it's hard to explain away that plot hole, as it were, I guess. And I really need someone to sort of explain Black Bolt's powers to me more, because if you can whisper and it literally obliterates someone into atoms in seconds, even if you have your mouth closed and you scream, it should still obliterate everything in seconds, even if it causes your own head to explode too, or your own everything to explode with it too. You know? Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I don't know. It just doesn't quite add up. Is all. That's all I gotta say. All right. just didn't quite make sense. All right, I think I need to make this part a little bit longer, a little bit thinner. Well, we don't want to make it too interesting. We don't want to make too like unique of a curve in the branches, because then we have to worry about the branches looking replicated and copy pasted essentially. You want to keep them somewhat generic, I guess, but lump coming up. All right. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. That's just my little rant, Pluto rant on Black Bolt death logic, because it really feels like that death should have been a lot more destructive, is all, for everyone, not just his own head. Like yeah, it makes sense that he died. It totally does. Just doesn't make sense that no one else died because of it too. You know, like if you have that power and that's the first time you've screamed and since you've gotten your powers, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. I honestly need to see it again, because I still haven't. I've only seen it like one time too. I really need to do my research, as it were, into the scene more. But honestly, I mean, how much research do I really need to do? I wanted to shut his mouth with a spell, and then he popped his head. So I don't know. Yeah, first Pluto rant. You're welcome. Welcome back. just for you. That's what it was. All right, that branch is done. That is done. We need to make a couple more and then we're good. Honestly, let me look at this tree again. I think I need to make some more. Yeah, we need to make. I'm kind of doing this branch wrong. Yeah. All right, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of one of the sides on this one. Go. I think this should work. Fuzzy, just boom, cut that away. Yeah, okay, and then we can kind of hopefully just use this branch. Stone. So we already made it. Might as well get rid of this, and we sort of thin this, go up a little. That it has that, and then we trim a little bit of the excess branches. A little bit more sparse and a little bit more long. Welcome back. Yeah, that's how you can put it. That's it. Get rid of some of the excess, and then and then go. Okay. And get rid of this back one. Extra branch. Boom. Cut. Yep. Picked. Say. Nice. Okay. So those will be nice for like just adding an extra little couple of branches if we need to in there. Biometrical sciences. I don't think you said. Yeah, no, you didn't. Getting you degree in. That's awesome, man. That's a lot. That's a lot. um, do you get to work with like I don't even know how to put it, but like the fluid pumping robots. That's all I can think of. Hydraulic? No, that's not right either. You know how you make like an arm and you like pump fluid into it and it makes it thing or whatever. Is that part of that field, or am I like way off? Is that something completely different? um. Gosh, yeah, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna assume I'm wrong. All right, let's make like maybe one or two. I think probably just one. Just wanna do two, but at least one more branch for sure. We'll try to make this one a little bit more long. Biometrical. On a patient sample in the hospital. Oh, okay. That's a little different than what I was talking about. I think mine is more like computer-based bio engineering, I guess. Yeah, bioengineering is what I'm about. I think that's what I'm talking about. You know, like you use our engineering as a body to engineer other crap. But your stuff is a lot more complicated, even more so than that. I think honestly, just knowing all the chemicals and the little interactions and crap that go on in the body to make chemicals work. Yeah, that's not something I can say I ever wanted to pursue. But I had a horrible chemistry teacher in high school. Like, literally one of the worst teachers I ever had was my chemistry teacher. So, yeah. And that's saying something, because I had a really bad teacher in middle school too. A couple of really bad teachers in middle school too that I can think of just off the top of my head. So, but the one in high school, wow, they were bad. They were just not a good teacher. Did not teach me anything as far as I can remember, honestly. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't like chemistry, so I don't think I would like biomedical engineering. Yeah, okay, that sounds more like what I'm talking about. Yeah, that sounds like the right way to put it. Yeah, bioengineering, biomedical. Yeah, that sounds more like that. Yeah, you know, like literally engineering a prosthetic arm for someone, essentially, that functions almost the same as someone else's arm. But yeah, anyway, yours is different. Yeah. Anyway, let me explain to you why my chemistry teacher was so bad and why I didn't get to be excited about, anything chemically related. Honestly, Neil Red. That's the only chemistry based channel that I watch on YouTube. Anyway, yeah, another Pluto rant. Here you go. It's not really a rant. It's more like a story, I guess. But yeah, so this teacher, she was only there for half a semester too, mind you. All right, this teacher only taught me for half a semester, and it was still the worst half a semester, half a year of my life. And the other half of the year, we were literally just taught by subs because that teacher just up and left us. We're just like, yeah, I'm out. It's like, oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, we got another one, and then that teacher was the worst. So, I'm just trying to think of specific examples of stuff they did. So there's one time where the classroom for some reason just stunk to high heavens, and the teacher, instead of investigating the situation first, going into the classroom and actually validating the statements that we were saying, they just got pissed at us and just They literally called security on us. Like, the whole class. They called security on the whole class. Alright? Because we would not go in the classroom because it literally smelled like shit. Like, it was the worst thing some of us have ever experienced in terms of smell. And obviously someone had, like, thrown a stink bomb in there or something to, like, screw with the teacher and all of us. But, like, it doesn't matter. She called the security on us because we wouldn't go in the classroom. And she didn't even check the classroom first to see if it was stinky. It was just... That's just one of the things, right? It's just one of the things that this teacher... And I'm pretty sure this teacher's actually still there. So, I got my thing mixed up. So, the first semester, there was a teacher that left. And that teacher was pretty bad, alright? It wasn't the worst teacher I've ever had, but it was definitely not a good teacher. I didn't learn anything from them either. And then we had subs for like 3 months or something. And then finally we got a solid teacher. And that was this teacher that I'm talking about now. Who... again, called security on us because we wouldn't go into a stinky classroom that I'm sure one of the students probably threw a stink bomb in. But guess what? The security guard actually investigated the situation. Walked in there, said, yep, that stinks. Walked out and said, yeah, they don't need to go in there. And it was just like, oh my god, some of us were just cracking up at that point. It's just too hard to handle. Like, I don't even remember what happened after that. Like, I don't remember what we did to, like, solve the situation. It didn't even matter at that point. It was just, like, that period was done at that point. We just didn't even matter. Yeah, honestly, though, that security guard would have been a better chemistry teacher than that one. Anyway, so, one of the other things that this teacher frequently did was just give us tests on, I mean, I get it, in chemistry you gotta know your chemicals and stuff, like you gotta memorize stuff, whatever, but like she would just give us this paper and we would just have to say equals and then the other thing, and it would be every single week that we would get this paper, and it would be literally a copy paste of the textbook. So it wasn't anything like that she came up like on her own or anything like that. She didn't come up with any unique, like, chemical formulas or something for us to, like, do stuff with or anything. It's just like, here's the stuff you're supposed to know on your textbook, memorize it, and every single time, okay, this is also why I hated chemistry, okay, not fun to learn these things, alright, and memorize these things, first of all. They did not make that fun. Not on them, whatever, I could deal with that. I would always just have my textbook open on the floor to the page for that test and then just copy down that thing. Never did the teacher ever notice. Just a completely oblivious person in general. And like, maybe it was because I made it a norm to just have my textbook open on the ground. I don't know. But like, there's just, I can't imagine the teacher just never noticed that. Maybe they just didn't care. This point, like, I can't believe that. But like, I don't know, at the same time, after that whole security guard situation, the fact that she didn't even investigate the classroom was just, maybe she really didn't notice. But yeah, that is one of the worst cases of cheating that I ever did in high school, honestly speaking. Beyond that, I really didn't do much, like, to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just, I don't want to do this test, I'm just gonna cares kind of thing, Oh crap. Selection. But yeah, I'm trying to think of more just stuff that this teacher. Oh, we had a like a class activity once. Also, we literally, like, it was always just like this teacher just never did anything fun. All right, so this one class activity was the one class activity we did the whole year. Okay. And, I mean, I guess we only had a few months, but still, this teacher just never did anything fun. Like, we never did group activities in the class. It was always just talking to us. Just giving us the, like, we never got to do group stuff, ever. It was never a group activity, except for one time. There was this weird, all the desks were pushed to the side of the classroom. It was just all open in the middle. I still don't even remember what the activity was because she couldn't control the classroom because nobody had any idea what was going on the whole time. And I want to say it was partly our fault, like, I won't lie, but yeah, it was just so weird and so like uncanny, I guess. Like I don't remember learning anything in that class. And especially not from yeah. And okay, also on top of this, I do remember the other chemistry teacher who was the AP chemistry teacher that everybody loved actually, and she was like a doctor too, and she actually knew what she was talking about. Uh, Nobody went to the teacher that I had for tutoring and stuff. Everyone went to the other teacher. I literally, at least in my like friends and people that I talked to, and I wasn't unpopular in high school, but yeah, I don't know anyone that ever went to that teacher to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna learn something from that teacher during my lunch time. No, no one ever went to that teacher. She was always alone in her classroom, and that I think should say the most about that teacher. And it's not like she didn't have tutoring or anything. She definitely vocalized that she would tutor people. It's just because I'm pretty sure they like have to do that. They have to have like open like office hours or whatever, just like you do in college. No one ever went to that teacher, and yeah, but yeah, I had a really bad chemistry. Chemistry is so fun, but yeah, the teacher has fun. Yes, and honestly speaking, that's where I bring back Neil Red or Neil Blue, whatever Neil, etc. The guy on YouTube that does a bunch of like conversions of like chemistry stuff just all the time. He turned like toilet paper into alcohol or whatever, like something else into gold, like or got the gold out of something. Like yeah, it's fun as heck to watch, and I would love to actually learn about that stuff, or had to have learned about that stuff in that way in high school. Oh my god, that would have been so cool to just even see like one reaction. I don't think we did a single lab actually, now that I think about that. Maybe that's why it was so boring too. And like I get it, I wasn't in AP chemistry or anything. We shouldn't have been doing anything like crazy, but like I literally don't remember mixing any chemicals ever in high school. That was not something we got to do. A teacher did not know what she was doing. And yeah, she got thrown in there at the last minute or whatever, kind of too, but on top of that, I coach, all right? I coach for that same school, and she, at least for a few years after, I don't know if she's still there now, but definitely a few years after, I got to talk to the kids who had that same teacher. Guess how much they liked them? Not at all. um, and yeah, I remember specifically asking them because I had that teacher. I was like, so do people like that teacher anymore? Like, have they gotten better? Yeah, literally, at least the what, it was only the swim team. Okay, like I mean, it was only one sport. They only have a small sample size, but I don't know. A small sample size in high school is a pretty big sample size in my eyes. I mean, I feel like if you ask a genuine question to a high schooler, they're gonna give you a pretty genuine answer. That's all. Um, yeah. Anyway, I feel like I'm trying to justify them sucking more than I should be, but it's just one of my worst teachers ever. And I've had some of them were like not so good teachers. Like I had a really not great literature teacher in high school, but or not high school, sorry, middle school. In middle school I had a really bad lit teacher and a somewhat bad history teacher, but really they weren't like horrible. They were just people that didn't really like kids or middle schoolers, and you could tell that they didn't like middle schoolers. It wasn't that they were a bad teacher, they just couldn't deal with us, and that was understandable. But this other teacher, yeah, there was a little bit more than just not being able to deal with the kids. It was a little bit more than that. It was also being incompetent. um, but yeah, and also just boring. But yeah, I mean, I could deal with boring, honestly. I had plenty of boring teachers in college, but competent, that's different. Oh, I did have one incompetent teacher in college actually, but that was different in a whole different way. They weren't a bad professor, I guess, is in this by any means. They were just less yeah, I mean, competent than most of the other professors I had and got taught by. Anyway, yeah, there's your Pluto's bad teacher summation. Um, yeah, high school definitely had the worst. But I also had the best teacher ever in high school too. Like the best teacher I've ever had. Even in including college and stuff, professors and stuff like that. It's just like I had the best and the worst teacher in high school. I had the best physics teacher. Like I love physics now because of that teacher. I took AP physics because of that teacher. It's so awesome. I love that stuff, man. I'll do physics math any day. Chemistry though, because of the teacher I had. Oh, yeah, no. So, yeah, I've had both. I got both ends of the spectrum in high school. Honestly, it's no winning, you know. All right, I made some branches. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate these ones. 090. Copy, rotate. Oops, crap! I did 90. Let's see what happens. Which way we're gonna be? I have no idea. Okay, I think that. Yeah, you know what? I'll take it. Whatever. It's just more. Um, this is a funny Pluto story. Oh, thank you. Don't know. All right, now let's make a nice grid for these. Let's make some schematics out of these things, and then good to go. Side here. Okay. Guess we just need a grid that can fit all these. So we need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15, 2. Okay. Square root of 22. You know what? I don't even know if I know how to type square root symbol on a computer. I don't. I don't think I remember that. No, it's like shift option something or something like that. I don't know. It's like one of the numbers, I think. Anyway, whatever. We need 22 plots. I could just make something bigger. Let's do this. Let's just make 2 different plots. Let's make one that has a RG left me eyes. Let's go 10. Go 10 by 10. Actually, no. Let's do it. Let's do 8 by 8 maybe. By 5 maybe. Hopefully better. Alright, we'll just keep the default stuff. Alright. And then we flop all these into there. Hopefully it lots. Leaves should fit. Okay. Let's plop them in. Boom, boom. Cut. Smash. Okay. And yes, I could make schematics of them as I'm cutting them away or whatever, but I think have them there for the future. If I ever want to come back and change things or something, I can make a stack of them in the plots or something. I should just be able to move them down. There we go. Boom. We're gonna have to make a pretty big plot for those ones. Got that. So I had an idea of a build I want to make later on. Okay, at least. or a few builds. I guess more like a series of builds. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see, honestly, because it might be a complicated endeavor based on sort of the first one that I want to test it with. But basically, I want to make sort of natural disasters. But not just just a volcano explosion, but like an animated natural disaster, or like a stop motion, I guess is more like what it would be like because it's Minecraft. But like a bunch of frames of the volcano exploding instead of just one frame, one cool. I think that'd be really cool. And then maybe like an earthquake or a tornado even throwing something. So I of course I have to be sort of careful with it. I don't want to do like a tornado just raging through a city. That's really kind of distasteful in my eyes. I would rather just do like a tornado like raging through like I don't know, like a forest or like I don't know, not necessarily, maybe like a grass field or like a grass field with a few trees. Thing just nothing too crazy, essentially. But yeah, just a few ideas. I want to start with the volcano. I think though that seems like honestly that seems like a really hard one to start with, honestly. But at the same time, it's one that I'm just like, you know what? I think I could do that, and I think that would probably be the most like tasteful to start with, and just the most like kind of neutral natural disaster that's not something that actually influences millions of people every year. I hope these are big to fit plots. Okay. Looks like it fits. This one needs to be moved. We're good now. Okay. Looks like they're all gonna fit, hopefully. Start with the hardest and the rest will be a breeze. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Honestly, I don't know how I'm gonna do, because smoke simulation, animating smoke in general, is not an easy task. So, might need to rethink my thing. But at the same time, you got a point. I don't know. I mean, maybe if I just challenge myself and I'll surprise myself. That could be it too. That could be the way. It's the way. Speaking of This Is the Way, I have not seen the Obi-Wan thing yet. Show yet. Apparently 2 episodes already out right now. By the way, now that I'm talking about it, this is actually a present that my girlfriend got for me. You don't know, but it's... I won't tell you because it's not that important. But if you do, obviously it's Star Wars. But if you know specifically, then good on you. Anyway, so yeah, I have not seen the Obi-Wan thing yet, but I am definitely real soon, probably sometime this week, watching that. First 2 episodes. Never got into Star Wars. You know what? Fair enough. I would say honestly, best way to do it is just with the Mandalorian show right now. Go watch that. Don't watch anything. Just watch the first season of that and see if you like it. And if you don't like that, you won't like Star Wars. Because I don't know. I think that's some of the best stuff that's come out. Modern Star Wars that's come out. Basically, yeah. A long time. Sure. Anyway. Yeah. I'm really curious how they're gonna have Obi-Wan meet or fight Darth Vader. Because that would be interesting. Yeah. I would say definitely some of the better stuff that's come out Star Wars in the past couple of years. So, and people are probably rightfully excited for the new Obi-Wan stuff. Obi-Wan or Obi-Wan? paste my say. It. Boom, boom. What? Say. Alright, yeah, we're definitely gonna not get too far on this today. I get all these things. I think I'm gonna just do, once I get all these, I'm just gonna select all those, and then we're just gonna plop a few on the tree and see how it looks. There. I do like sci-fi. I watched Battlestar Galactica online. Some odd reason. I mean, honestly, there's a certain difference to Star Wars, I think. The other ones you're talking about. Battlestar Galactica. Very, very different vibes, for sure. I think you kind of have... See, okay. There's sci-fi, and then there's, like, magical sci-fi. And I think Star Wars is more magical sci-fi, if that makes any sense. Because it takes disbelief, you know? It takes a lot more disbelief than just, like, what's that, that super realistic, sci-fi show that everybody raves about? Oh gosh. Top of my head. Man, I'm forgetting right now, but I mean, there's no comparing Star Wars to, like, a super realistic version of a sci-fi movie, like picturing humans actually being able to go out in space as they would actually be able to with current knowledge of physics and all that stuff. Deep space? Is that what it's called? No, I can't be right. I don't know what it's called, but it doesn't matter. The point is that, yeah, we don't... There's a big difference between just sci-fi and, like, Star Wars sci-fi. Like, just, like, you know, trying to be grounded in reality sci-fi versus you can just have a little bit of disbelief because the Force exists, kind of thing, you know. And I think there's a big distinction there. You know, to each their own. If you don't like you know, magical crap all the time, then probably won't like Star Wars sci-fi as much as some other more realistic sci-fi stuff, honestly, because it takes a lot of sort of disbelief and just sort of like buying into the whole like religion of Star Wars as it is, because like the Force, I mean, they even like put it as a religion in Star Wars and stuff, and you have to sort of buy into it to buy into Star Wars as a franchise, you know. It's not like you can't just, oh yeah, I like Star Wars, not also like the Force and like lightsabers, and can't not like lightsabers and also like Star Wars, you know. You can't not like the Force and the fact that it exists and also like Star Wars. Like, they're synonymous. The Force exists in Star Wars, you know. There's a magical thing. You got it. You believe it exists in that world. And unlike other sci-fi where it's just like, oh, there's physics. Yeah, that exists here too, actually. I know how physics works. I've succumbed to that many a time. You know, I fell down the stairs a couple of times. I've tripped on a rock. I know how physics works. Yeah, like, yeah. And then sort of taking that to the extreme and knowing how physics works versus just believing some magical thing exists in a universe. So yeah, I could understand the liking the different sci-fis as it is. Yeah, that's fair. Oh wait, I need to make a big plot for this. How big is this? Maybe like 50. I will do like, that should be plenty. 2 by 3. Let's just do 3 by 3 so we can put all those smaller ones in there too. Create that. Oh, overlaps. Oh, we're going right. That's fine. Great. There we go. Okay. That should hopefully be big enough for these. Plop these so they're actually in the plots. But I just realized how even there. I don't like that. A couple of them a little longer. Others. Weird that they're all those all almost the exact same length there. All right. Anyway, yeah. There's your my thoughts on sci-fi in general. Definitely a different way of looking at it. I could understand not liking Star Wars because of that, honestly. Want more realism in your stuff? Alright. One. Boom. Let me go ahead and change that. It's that. Oops. Oh, type right. There we go. Alright, cool. Now these little plots, their own special plots, giant plots, wigs. Cut. Oh yeah, so oh, Pluto, got a question. All right, have you ever thought of printing for incredible builds? Yes, I have thought of it. That's about as far as I've gotten. is the thought of it. Let's see. Back when I was in Everbloom, I one of the other builders had a build that they got 3D printed, and I asked them, you know, what they went through to get it 3D printed, and essentially they were kind of lucky because they got to do it kind of like through their school and stuff, and they got to use their like schooling a reason to get the 3D print and stuff, and yeah, I don't have that. I could probably reach out, find out what the company was that they got the 3D print from again, and maybe think about it again. Maybe think about getting a 3D print of one of my builds again. But as for right now, the ones that I would want to get 3D printed are way too complicated. Because like this this is way too, like, this would be something that I think I would want to, you know, get a 3D print of. This is pretty nice. Like, I would probably improve it, make the colors better or something first, but yeah, this would be pretty cool to get a 3D print of. But trees, yeah, trees do not work well with 3D prints in general, and same with this. I would love to get a 3D print of even just this, just the panda in the tree. But like, again, trees, it's just way too complicated, and you can't really have, you know, like, it can't go down unless you cover it all in, or you have like a specific type of 3D print, like the little like clear liquidy crap inside of it. I don't know what it's called, resin or whatever that they put inside. Like, unless you paint it with resin, you can't have things that are, you know, obviously bending down. They would all have to be going up and also be structurally sound while doing so. So, yeah, not easy to just 3D print something. But I think if I were to do it, I would probably just like 3D print like just the truck or something. Just something smaller, because as far as I know, it's definitely not easy to just get one of these trees 3D. And honestly, I would just get a tree 3D printed. Like, that would be the ideal thing to get 3D printed. Would be like my profile picture, panda tree, panda hanging from the tree, flower tree. But obviously yeah, it's probably never gonna happen. What am I doing? Mushi. So yeah, until then, I just have all this stuff. Um, so yeah, we want to select stuff. Whoops. SPRG select. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Yeah, boom. Then we'll go SPR export. Let's call them and let me just make sure that that saved itself. So let's do SPR add name or wait, no, sorry. Directory. No, not directory. Go back. Add preset. There we go. Nope, it doesn't have the Mushi one. Okay, I don't know why it didn't save it. I think that's a problem. I might have to show that to dev part of the stream. But for now, we can go ahead and just add and do grid. Call this random. Offset. That one. Include it. Place all. Actually, want that. Do I think? And yeah, that should be good. Bind. So there we go. We want to start with these bigger branches. Not shiftable. Oh, that's okay. Or no, we just. Nope, not that. Undo. Hitting the wrong button. Need to just do that click. There we go. That's what rotates it. So I think we do want to be able to change the offset. Yeah. Sorry. Offset range. Let's just do like -10. That way. Really put it up and down. Let me put one of the bumps on the. Kind of center stuff like that. Rotate that. You know what? I think. Wow. You know what? I wonder. It would also help to do position instead of. Oh, that's. Not sure what it's taking as the original right now. Definitely not helping to do that then. Got it. Alright, I'm pretty sure it was on middle, so let's try. I wish you could do like a corner. That'd be really cool. Like, or maybe not a corner, but like a side or something. I don't know. Nope, that did not. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Looks like we're gonna have to change the offset if we do that. Fixed to 0. There we go. Kind of high up there. Need to go like negative bunch. Range, let's do like -15 to 10. -10. Bind. Okay. That way we can still move it if we need. Okay. Nope, that didn't work, but actually that's probably gonna be pretty easy to like connect. I think that could. Honestly, that's about just where that branch needs to be. Let me show you the creation picture. Yeah, we just need sort of a couple that kind of fall into the frame there. Alright. Don't know what's going on with that song. Alright. So like that. This one could probably go, honestly. It's a little too much. Um, as it can go. Yeah, honestly, that's probably about right. I think that's about enough. Um, so yeah, actually, I don't know that I want to do the flowers right now because I don't know why the schematic brush or the grid tool is actually allowing me to save the schematics right now. Weird bug, I think. So I'm gonna have to figure out something about that. Hopefully I can going on with that. But yeah, I think that's enough for today. Honestly, I think I've done what I need to do. I think I'll probably end up slimming this tree down quite a bit to make it a lot thinner up until like that point, and then custom branches on the end there. Yeah, honestly, that'll do. Next week, definitely gonna be working on this some more. Hopefully, I don't slack off and skip another Friday again, but look forward to next week continuing this and probably also doing some other stuff as well because don't know if I want to do this both days or not. But yeah, with that, I am sure you all know how the buttons work down there by now, so do click them as you please. If you want me to see your own builds, either post them in my own Discord or the Builders Refuge Discord. Both links are down below. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Go out.